What I I mean, heard uh, in recording is that it's like feed from culture, yeah, and then double in culture, no, and then try to be something, and then gain support, and then what do you do? You're acting like people you just blame. I mean, you're right. Doesn't matter. Your behavior pattern or way is actually very, uh, simply, I mean, self demolish. That's all I can say. In the sense that, trying to gain publicity, however, I don't want to live. These are contradictory statements. It's not like day and night. It's like, no. Is it too much? No, it's like, it's if you think in terms of um, non-daily life concepts or daily life thinking, it's all right. That's, as I said, that's what I think United States, television culture did to their youth. We, as an outside United States, were fortunate enough, actually more than fortunate, that's all I can say, to learn English. Also, subject to, what our locals deem decent. So this doesn't make us superior. This doesn't make you something like inferior. However, this makes, I mean, why am I speaking about this? Well, because I wouldn't bother. It's just, I was laughing, so I enjoyed. That's all I can say. However, it's what it is. It feels like this United States, until certain age, as in folk, cannot get out of that thinking pattern that was superimposed, like since 80s. I have no idea. Well, this is not my subject. That's all I can say. However, I was watching TV back in the day. That's all I can say. Well, it's not healthy in my opinion. Um, yeah, because economic things are out of subject. Yeah. What I can say is that, um, well, thing is, contribution to this English speaking culture, if you're agreed, uh, is not entirely or like predominantly or first in line. It's like override everything. No, no, United States based. No. There are others, and then there are other way, and then they're so like they impose things. It's they want you to do things. Do things. It's like they want to speak about certain, like, I don't know, local dish. Yeah. However, contribution in general comes from uh, what is not present. And this is personal. I always appall in the idea that, as far as I know, United States compared to rest of world has this superior education system. Uh, well, why do we see this lack of something back in the day people as in yeah, they used to define it as authenticity. It's lacking something, and multiple it's like multi-layered thinking, being in multiple fields of research at the same time in terms of method. Try to define. Try to define. No, doesn't matter. Because, uh, one, one as in who reads your research actually does better. However, it's not recognized in, education, academia, also media. And then when people say double standard, people get offended. Why? If you said this back in the day and like throw a few words, you would be probably yeah. However, in my opinion, what saved the United States as a culture was and is, can't say that. Let me get back to was music and respect to art. However, not all art. In general, music. Yeah, that's what I focused on. Also, what I focus on. Uh, well, so I would like to conclude with a question: where does quality content comes from? If you try to define quality, then people will fail, including you, me, them. Don't bother. Uh, Also, I don't find it internationally acceptable to talk about what people call what yeah, sexual preference, because in most parts of world, regardless of wealth, regardless of education system, regardless of, yeah, talking about what happens, yeah, is not to be spoken about. So that should be medium. However, it's maybe not easy. Well, so what do I base my so-called commentary on? This is so-called. That's all I can say. Uh, for instance, as far as I know, when I stopped watching, Simpsons had 25 season on air. I stopped watching when it was 17. 17 seasons. Perfect. The perfect isn't debatable. Yeah. However, it was, why are we watching this? We couldn't answer that question. So, I mean, if you're a content creator, or if that's what you're looking for, then, uh, you as a content creator have to answer, why are we watching this for? Why am I watching this for?